Axiom Verge is a side-scrolling platformer that will immediately seem familiar to anyone who's played the side-scrolling action games of the 80s and 90s. Developed entirely by one man, Thomas Happ, the game takes many cues from Metroid, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and even Bionic Commando. While it borrows heavily from and pays homage to Metroid, Axiom Verge is its own beast. Where other genre clones end up being little more than pale carbon copies of their predecessors, this game finds a way to both feel familiar and fresh at the same time. The premise is fairly simple here. A scientist named Trace dies in a mysterious lab accident, then wakes up in unfamiliar surroundings. From here, players must navigate an atmospheric and labyrinthine world while hunting down new items that will allow them to continue moving forward. The game never holds the player's hand, nor does it overtly tell you where to go or what to do next. Players are free to explore and discover at their own pace, and can even sequence break the game. While there isn't a great deal of danger while traversing the many maps present in this game, the game's real challenge comes in the form of tough boss battles. The game's difficulty rises sharply during a boss encounter and will put players' reflexes, hand-eye coordination, and patience to the test. At first glance and listen, the graphics and soundtrack appear to be little more than 8-bit chiptune. As players run through the game, however, it quickly becomes apparent that while Axiom Verge utilizes 8-bit graphics and chiptunes as its base, it's also weaving and fusing modern elements into both. The marriage of both old and new technologies here creates something that not only invokes nostalgia, but also creates a great deal of atmosphere and immersion for players. If there are any drawbacks to utilizing a retro-modern art style, it would be the lack of environment diversity. Although every map has some clear distinctions that let players know they are in a different or new area, some players may feel a bit shortchanged in terms of true variety. The game's soundtrack, however, is impeccable and rivals some of the all-time great video game soundtracks. Axiom Verge doesn't exactly reinvent the Metroidvania genre, or even move it forward in any meaningful way, but the game's simple yet tight gameplay, soundtrack, and mystery make it extremely easy for players to become immersed and engrossed with the game. Some players may find backtracking and revisiting old areas with new equipment cumbersome and tedious. However, if you're a fan of Metroid and/or Symphony of the Night, you'll likely find yourself enthralled and thoroughly satisfied with this game. This is the best game I've yet to play on the PS4, and I highly recommend it. And at $20, you just can't beat its value.